Hello friends, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm so glad to be bringing you this video because I know I find this helpful. So it's all going to be about toy storage, toy organisation tour of my son's room. So I can't wait to show you guys that. I just wanted to say quickly, yes, I've taken a well-earned break of a week, basically enjoying my time with the family, and I hope that you enjoyed it too, that your family and friends have very much enjoyed the festive season and that your kids have been spoilt rotten. But it's not about the toys or the gifts that they get. However, they are very likely to get generous gifts from family and friends and yourselves as well. So if that is the case, this is the video for you, because I'm going to be talking about where you can get some storage ideas, how you can integrate that within the furniture and the room of your room, like drawers, basically wardrobes, things like that. But let's get also into the nitty-gritty of like the boxes and the storage places that you can put specific items into. So more on that later. But basically, before we begin as well, I am Alina Ghost. If you are new here, I do loads of mum content. I do loads of daily mum shorts, so usually like parent jokes and things like that, and I also do 2 long form videos as well for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, I'm going to give you a panoramic view of my son's room. So he has a double bed, double bunk bed, so he sleeps at the top here. We have a wardrobe and some bits I'm going to talk to you about in a second. So a big wardrobe here that I got second hand, but actually it fits perfectly in this place. Actually, I'm so chuffed and happy with it. A few bits I'm going to talk you through in a second. We've got a book sling, so good organisation for books here, like a great idea. We actually have so many books and half of them we don't read, so I probably will declutter them soon. We've got like a reading nook area, and something that we have is actually a temporary space. We were renovating our office and we've completed it like a day or 2 before Christmas. So this is actually going to be donated to my sister-in-law, who has recently bought a house. So hopefully it's not too soon, because my son has actually put his new Christmas present on top of it. Otherwise that goes on the floor and then the dog goes a little bit crazy over it as well. But yeah, basically, let's start off by saying, if you do have space for drawers and things like this around the house, especially if you've got an office room or like a craft section, I very much recommend having drawers for things like notebooks, pencils, pens, especially if you have a child that is very much into their arts and crafts. So my son doesn't sit down very much, so he's not very much into drawing and painting, but sometimes he has to be in a really specific mood. Sometimes he absolutely goes crazy for it. So our things, actually our arts and crafts stuff, are downstairs in drawers. So that is the first tip for storage, I would say. So if your kid is into all that arts and crafts, get some drawers. Talking about drawers, and I'll mention this in a second, we have plenty of integrated storage within the actual furniture. We paid extra for it. This bed itself is a fortune. Anything that I mention will be linked down in the description below, so hopefully if you wanted to get this too, you can also. But to give you an example, so firstly, yes, most of these are taken up by clothes, so don't get me wrong, we do use them for clothes. We've got like a uniform drawer as well, but we have a couple of drawers that we also use for toys, like miscellaneous items, you know, like things where you reach for only for particular times of day, or when we like rather season. So this is like a Halloween one, but also really good for when you go, I don't know, to a pantomime in the theatre because it lights up, or for example to a firework, you know. Or we took it to the Christmas light trail, which you can also see because I documented that. But basically any internal integrated like wardrobes or drawers that you can figure out in the room is always a plus for me. I do want to quickly to apologise that actually my brain isn't thinking very well because I'm not fully well. I've got a cold, so if I do say some jargon, I do apologise for that. But yeah, basically I'm a little bit under the weather, and hopefully you guys are all well. But the next thing I wanted to talk about actually is this, like we call it a garage. So this is a truck that you can put cars into. So if you have a child who absolutely loves their cars, like my son, like his friends, they're like obsessed with these little Hot Wheels cars. Don't worry, we do have a Hot Wheels track that my son has been asking Father Christmas for about 2 months to get him. So basically this is also a new one. He got this from his grandpa. So basically it's a really good idea if you have some specific item that they absolutely love to get them a specific storage for that item. So this, for example, is the little cars that they can use on the rug, on the mat. You know, we've got like the tracks mat. If you've seen our vlogs, you would know what I mean. But basically that's a really good idea because it's got like a handle. Look how good it is. Then you put that in the corner or somewhere, like you can put it in a wardrobe, you can just leave it in the middle and it's not getting in the way. And why I love it is because we have a puppy who just goes for these cars every time if they're just laying around, so we always have to tidy them up. So basically the other thing, this is the newest addition to the room. We move this around a lot. So we have used this in the front room, in the back room, downstairs, and basically I've put it in his room because we can lay it out here too. But you can put anything in here, but we absolutely love our trains, our train tracks. So basically his goddad got him a huge set and an expansion pack after that of all the trains, London trains. We've got the C2C train on that as well, and I got some extra ones for this Christmas as well, so that we've made it huge during Christmas, which was absolutely fun. But basically this used to be in a Tesco bag and I was like, that's just so ugly. So the last time we went to IKEA, we picked this super duper cute, I think it's an owl, maybe a duck because of this beak, I'm not sure, but it's super duper lovely. I love the green. It goes really nicely with the colourful scheme of my son's room. So I wanted like bold colours. See, I just wanted like lots of colour for my son's room, and I think it goes really nicely here too. So if you wanted basically items to chuck into, or rather like a basket. So talking about these two, I actually spent a little fortune on both of these, but they're so beautiful, I just had to. But basically somebody handmade these, so whereas that was IKEA, £25 I believe, but check down below, I'll check that for you. Yeah, these two are amazing, and we have loads of things in there, not just stuffed toys, but actually we changed things around. Our cars used to be there, but now we've got like dragons, we've got like animals in here, which is a lot of fun because like it just depends what you want to play. So it's a good way to rotate toys as well, so you can always have a couple different ones, maybe have one out and one in the wardrobe and then swap them round every couple of weeks or something. But yeah, we've got more in here, so lots more toys and toy storage, and I absolutely love the fact that it looks so beautiful. So if I move this up the way, it just looks so nice just hanging there with some stuffed toys, and looks a lot neater basically, and it means that I can walk around without having to step on any toys, which is exactly what you want when it comes to after Christmas and when they've got so many toys around. Can you tell I'm struggling to breathe, let alone to speak or think? But basically, if you are lucky enough this year to get a beautiful hamper with like a wicker basket, you reuse it, repurpose it. We currently use ours for basically Play-Doh. We've got our mat in there, we've got all the accessories. I've even put a puzzle in here. My son's not too big into puzzles, so I'll probably get rid of that soon enough. But yeah, we absolutely love Play-Doh, but once again we have to be in the mood for it, so we put that in the basket and it's nice and tidy. And actually this doesn't sit here, this sits underneath that, but because we played it recently it is out. So let's talk about this a little bit. So I do apologize that it's already broken. As you can see, the handle's kind of gone, but it shows that we used it quite a lot. It also had a lid, unfortunately that's broken and gone, But basically what we used to, or what we do put in here is all the bricks. I think my son has outgrown this a little bit, but all of these like big Duplo bricks, like I think we might change this into Lego maybe in the next year. So it's 2024, my son is turning 4 soon, so I think I might rotate that and change that around. I'm very sad that this is broken, but it did say age is like 6, so unfortunately a few months after he got this, he already broke it. But mostly is like those bricks, or what they called, my brain's not thinking. So yeah, basically a good place to put all those little bits. And I don't know about you guys, but they really cause me grief, especially when it comes to my puppy, because he loves to have bits to chew. So when it's all in one place, I can tell him no, he can't have that, and then it can be put away. If you've got a lid, then that's perfect. I am going to IKEA again. I know we've been last week, but I'm going again next week to pick up more of these tote see-through boxes, so that I can have actually a bit more. And I want to organise the Halloween stuff that I've got up there on his wardrobe as well. I know you can't see it. Oh, there you go. So I've written down Halloween, but I want to sort out that section and actually put tote boxes up there. So that's another good idea for when you're organising, especially if you've got a space like a garage. Good for my son to not be overwhelmed with things. So I've already mentioned the bug sling, so that's more like organisation. So yeah, I think I realised that going around the room, I've shown you most things. So in terms of like toy organisation, the things, to summarise, the things that I very much recommend are drawers, especially for like pens and pencils and arts and crafts bits, like painting stuff like water paints and things like that too. Also I recommend like boxes, tote boxes, like clear ones of all different shapes and sizes to put things away. It's like the best thing ever because it keeps it all in one place. You can like do toy rotation with it, which is fantastic. But also I showed you some specific items or specific storage for items like the cars. So if you've got like little cars, get the garages to actually keep them all in one place, nice and tidy. But I absolutely also love baskets. It's such a good idea because like you can keep it all nice and tidy, easy to get back into because you just grab, it doesn't even close, you know, like if you've got a lid then you have to open the lid. I know it sounds a bit silly, that it seems more effort, but like a basket is just so much easier to get things in and out of. So if you've got something that you always play with, it might be worth having a big basket for it. And then my favorite one would probably be the repurposing of like the wicker baskets, especially if you've been lucky enough to have like a hamper for Christmas, like a Christmas hamper with all the food and bits, and like it comes with such beautiful wicker baskets. It's just worth keeping because they're such good quality, they look beautiful. So yeah, it's definitely like a fun one to repurpose, especially if you've got toys that you can easily fill it up with. Last but not least, and that's about being smart about the furniture that you've got. We absolutely love our wardrobe in there. It's not mostly of clothes. Actually, I use it for like utility stuff because we don't have a utility room at the moment. We want to do an extension in like 18 months. So it's basically, I've got loads of like bedding and towels in there, which is cool. But also my son's toys in there as well. If I get another tote box with a lid, I'll put even more in there. At the moment, there's like stuffed toys and stuff. And also, did I say bedding already? I think I did. So yeah, basically it's a really good idea to have some smart furniture around, whether it's built in, whether it's got just like extra space for you to put stuff away. I'm one of those who just hates visual clutter. It like makes me anxious and freaks me out, and therefore I'm like, I just need to get it out of my sight, and then I feel a lot better. And also if the bits aren't on the floor, it means that the dog basically can't choke on it, can't get it. So yeah, those are my recommendations. I hope that you enjoy it and that it gives you inspiration. Anything that I've mentioned I'll put down below in the description. So I hope that these help you out, and if you've got any other recommendations, I'd love to hear it, so do comment down below as well. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.